Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all there was going to be a couple of little parts to these videos. Forgive me because I'm using a rack of sockets right now for a camera stand, but it works. So right now what we're doing is this piece of metal right here. I know you can't really see it that well under there. Let's see if we can move that gun real quick. Turn that a little bit. And I'll put a light on it, but I still got you to see it. This piece of metal right here is called a cross member. Now it holds the tail shaft of the transmission in place so that the transmission can output power through the drive shaft to the rear end to drive the back tires. Now, if this transmission moves left or right too much, or up or down too much, not only can it break the rear end, it can break the drive shaft, it can break the tail shaft of the transmission, and it can also bend the output shaft on, or the input shaft on the transmission and the front end of the transmission. It can bust the torque converter, break the flywheel, it can even bust the crank in the motor. So right now though, we're pulling this out because my dad's wanting to try a new way to pull an engine. Apparently, I've never heard of pulling the transmission to pull a motor out before, but it doesn't mean it ain't done, you know. So I'm doing it Daddy's way right now. So I've done pulled these two bolts over here on this side. The next step for me is going to be to pull this one singular bolt right here that runs into the tail shaft of the transmission. Now, if you do this with an impact, a lot of you are going to do this by hand, which is fine. Using a ratchet and a socket or an old mountain wrench. Like, let's see, where's my mountain wrench at that I just had? These bad boys right here, I will swear by these. These are the best little tools. That's probably one of the best investments my dad ever made. He bought it for my brother-in-law, and they're awesome. There's places that this will go, that this right here and this right here cannot go. This little ratchet wrench can go there. It's multi-directional. You flick that little switch right there on the head, and you change directions. It's got a deep side and a shallow side, as you can see right there. Swivels, you know, 180 degrees of swivel. I mean, you can't beat it. They're amazing to have. They're also a good way to hold a top bolt if you got to, like I'm having to do right now. But right now, we're going to go ahead and, if I've got the sizes right, yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this center bolt out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do not, under any circumstances, lose nuts, bolts, or washers when you're doing this, because you're going to have to put them all back in there. And you don't ever want to come out with an extra nut, bolt, or washer or something like that, because one, it's not professional, two, it doesn't look good, and three, it's not safe. Now, granted, as far as working on my own vehicle goes, more than once or twice I've come out with an extra bolt. But as far as working on somebody else's car, no, because I always take my time. I lay everything out. I label it. It's always good to have old water bottles or Ziploc bags in the shop. You take an old water bottle, you cut the top out of it, you write bell housing bolts or torque converter bolts or whatever bolt you're putting into that water bottle in there. You leave the cap on the top half of the water bottle, like cut it in half in the middle. Hold on, I got one right here. I can show you. I'm not actually going to do it, folks, but I can show you. So you're going to take it, cut it right here. All right. Then this bottom half, this top half will sit on its own. So will this, though. All right. So you take this and put your bolts and stuff in. And if you got rusty bolts and stuff like that, what you can do is you can take this top half, set it up like that, and keep in mind it's not going to have a lot of weight on it. You know, you set it up just like that, though. And you pour, like, we're doing an engine swap, so obviously we're going to drain the oil out. So you'll take the used motor oil out of the engine and you'll put it down into this. Then you'll take your rustier bolts, like the bolts are really hard to pull off. You know, the threads inside are real rusty and nasty and gobbed up. You'll set them down in that oil. And that'll break most of that rust and stuff loose. Then what you want to do is take you some thrust starting, like some starting fluid or some, you know, works good too, the brake cleaner. And you'll take that with rubber gloves on, spray it, and wipe it off real good with like some steel wool or wire brush or something like that. Now, we're gonna go ahead before I run out of video time on this video, and I'm gonna finish snatching this out. So let me find there it is, my wrench there. And here's my, alright, now this is a snap-on electric impact gun. It's one of my dad's tools. Absolutely phenomenal. That deep lip though, it's really good for holding on to the bolt so you don't, lose track of it. And these come in weird, the sizes are weird in my opinion, but they're odd, even, evens with evens and odds with odds. Like this is a 13 millimeter and 15 millimeter. And then the 12 will have the 14 millimeter on it. It's a little strange to me, but it works out. I mean, I can't complain. Alright, now see I got the deep lip side down. I'm going to stick this up in this hole, get it on the bolt. Alright, there's that. There's one. Now there's 5 total bolts that we're going to have to pull here as far as I know. Now, I'm making sure they want the next one. There's 6 holes, but there's 5 bolts. Will make a little sense as far as I'm concerned. But, that's the way it is. Alright, now we're going to reach up there. Again, the swivel head on these wrenches is just phenomenal. See? Now with a regular wrench, yeah, I could have got that, but it'd have been a pain in the butt. Ow! Doesn't come all the way out. See that? It happens about. There we go. That sucker acts like it might have been crossed there a little bit. Or full of gunk one. There we go. Anyways, alright, so there's the cross member bolts. Now, next step for me is going to be the bell housing bolts. And it's going to be a little bit longer of a video, but it'll be worth it. So now that's all 5 of the cross member bolts. 2 on this end, 2 on this side, driver and passenger, and the singular center. Now what you're going to do, if you got a block of wood, it makes it a lot easier to do this because you ain't going to worry about bending your transmission pan. I don't have one right now. Just a simple 2x4 works wonderful. But, and this old jack is wore slap out. It's a donation though from one of my biggest friends that came from his shop. Really nifty to have. Like I said, we're going to put the jack up against it, lift it up a little bit. Now, I have to go up another 1/4 inch or so. And bam, transmission's hanging where I can do the rest of it. Let's bring you in here and let you see. Let me find my flashlight, what to do with it. I'll just grab the extra here. Does it work? Yeah, it works. Alright, see, right there, you can see, I don't know if you can see it real well, but you can see them holes right there. That's where them cross member bolts were, right there and right there. Then you got that center one right there at the tail shaft. That one had to come out. Next up is going to be right there in the center of my light. Is a bell housing bolt that's going to have to come out. We're going to go there next. So, keep you posted in the next video.